Dr. Hoffman, what's your feedback?
That was amazing. I totally agree. Your storytelling ability, your confidence when you're presenting, spot on. It was easy to follow. I didn't get lost. I kind of a global question for all of you, the students. How much does accessibility factor into how you build your dashboards? So there's some lines that you had graphs with lines. If you put like a square in one, an X in one, and then people that maybe don't see color as much could maybe discern the lines a little differently. But that's just something to think about. I'm always thinking about accessibility and who can see what I'm trying to say. If I think about my feedback, if the audience is beekeepers for your dashboard, which I think is what I heard, I kept thinking, okay, so tell me what the difference is. You told me this area does better, that one does worse, but immediately I want to know why. Do they have more investments? Do they have more bees that don't die? So it was kind of merging the second page with the dashboard and maybe just putting some drill downs on those high and low points. Like maybe there's a natural disaster. And again, that's probably the next level to it, but that's where I want it. And that's where I think a leader would go is great. How do I act? How does this inform the future? So that would be my only, hopefully helpful information.
Doctor, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
I've been doing data and reporting for probably since Kevin had hair or KT had hair and then I've been doing it a long time. I think I started building Access databases when Access was brand new. So that's how old I am doing this stuff. And I will say the questions I get from leaders every time I present a dashboard is, so what, now what? You know, if you can think about those two questions, it'll kind of stop you in your tracks. I do a lot of change work and data creates a lot of awareness, but you really want to get to that desire part. Like, what's the desire for the change? What change are you promoting? So I am so excited to be here.
Awesome. And we're excited to have you, Lori. Thank you.
I don't know if it's good to go last in this judging scenario or first.
So I make the best of it.
I will echo both KT and Christopher's comments on the storytelling, on the way you set the stage for what you were going to present. I think that's incredible, and you didn't rush that. I think sometimes I've been known to kind of assume that people know where I'm going, and I leave out parts of the story, and so I present the data, and then they're like, I don't know where to put this. So you did a great job giving me a foundation. Two things in just when you're talking, your data modeling comments, data modeling and transposing data is a constant struggle when you do data stuff. So I appreciate that you talked about that, and translating data, even dates sometimes can be a pain. And then drive to help my community kept me going. You mentioned that. And I think anyone that works in data has to have a passion around answering questions, because you can get bogged down pretty quick. So I love that you made that connection. Oh man, I got kind of lazy there thinking I'm just going to say echo, and then move on. I really like the way you opened it. It was a little uncomfortable, to tell you the truth, when you're like, is that good? Would you like to hit this person and get money? So it kind of gave me like, okay, now I have to listen. Like this, she can't really be telling me I should commit fraud. So I kind of liked that because it demanded my attention coming into it.
Lori, what did you think? I'm interested.
I loved it. Like KT, I've been in this space a long time. I will say, as hard as this was to prepare for, this is like, at least in my experience, presenting to every leadership team I've ever presented to, because you think, I told a good story, I have some answers, and they always will say, well, you could have showed it this way. Well, what about this? So the struggle to get here and do this is real, and it continues. If you're going to be in this space, you give a good data, you give a good story, you feel really good for about 10 minutes, and then someone says, yeah, well, I don't agree. Or, but what about that? How come you didn't show this? So the process is the right process. It's the right thinking that this is not necessarily a quick and easy fix, but that's what makes it fun for me. I like answering questions and I like being challenged. So good job. And I appreciate the struggle sometimes to get your data going in the right way.